the rest of the story. Let's go back 47 years to 1945, Waltham, Massachusetts, the corner of Foundry Avenue and Willow Street. You've just arrived at a large building, the Raytheon Manufacturing Company. Let's go inside and ask for Percy Spencer. You'll be told that Mr. Spencer is working on a government project concerning high-frequency electronic detection equipment. It's wartime. The Allied cause is at stake. These experiments are not open to the public. Please leave the way you came. That's too bad. That's too bad, because if you had just managed to get inside to Dr. Spencer's laboratory, you might have witnessed an unexpected modern-day miracle, a phenomenon which surprised even Dr. Spencer himself. In a moment, you're going to take a peek inside that laboratory to see for yourself the miracle of Willow Street and to learn the rest of the story. Percy LeBaron Spencer was a farm boy from Maine who left school in the 5th grade. In the 5th grade, mind you. But the success of his subsequent self-education may be determined by what he gave us: transistors and rectifiers, amplifiers and oscillators, photocells, photoelectric tubes. He invented the remote television tuner, the aircraft detector, the aircraft direction finder, the projection television screen, the modern hearing aid, the speedometer, the fountain pen, 120 patents in all, 90% of which were put to practical use. But his crowning achievement, the invention for which he is best known, was an accident, an apparent miracle. 1945, Percy Spencer is working at the Raytheon Manufacturing Company, Waltham, Massachusetts, where he produced and tested high-frequency electronic detection equipment for the Navy. In the laboratory one day, Spencer and technicians were measuring the power output of various magnetron tubes. Try to picture this now. There's a lab workbench. At one end, the magnetrons are set up. Leading away from them, lying along the bench, is a length of square copper pipe called the waveguide. Spencer's technicians are busily recording meter readings. He's standing at the bench, breathes a weary sigh, fumbles through the pockets of his lab coat for a candy bar. Nobody noticed the change of expression on Dr. Spencer's face at first, but as he touched the candy bar in his pocket, he could feel that the chocolate had melted. Body heat? No, the pocket was open, loosely draped. Yet the chocolate candy was nearly liquefied. Why? Spencer's eyes fell to the copper waveguide leading from the magnetrons, and he let out a shout, and 20 heads spun around. One young assistant asked what had happened. Spencer told him to go to the local grocery to bring back a bag of Indian corn. Nobody questioned Spencer's motives. The bag of corn was brought to the lab, was placed at the end of the waveguide, and in moments the corn popped, just exploded all over the lab in moments. A miracle, declared Spencer's assistants. And though it certainly must have seemed so, Dr. Spencer understood. And because he did, you're able to work that same miracle today. For Dr. Spencer knew that the invisible, all but undetectable energy which poured from the copper waveguide had swiftly excited the molecules inside the corn kernels. And the next day, Spencer expanded his experiment, amazed his lab workers by similarly exploding an egg. And if indeed this electronic black magic seems as wondrous to you as it did to those first witnesses, you might recall that the high-frequency electronic detection equipment invented and experimented by Dr. Percy Spencer was no more than what we now call radar. And because a chocolate bar in Dr. Spencer's pocket had been melted instantaneously, he learned to apply that same mysterious energy to a cooking process and gave you the microwave. And now you know the rest of the story.